my first key to the game is the same as it was yesterday, which is that the middle of the lineup needs to make the Rangers pay for throwing another left-handed pitcher. You saw Andrew Heaney yesterday. You're going with Jordan Montgomery today. Anthony Santander went 2 for 3 with a homer yesterday. Of course, his one out was that really tough double play. Hayes, Rutschman, Mountcastle combined 1 for 10 yesterday. I don't think that's going to continue. So I am looking for the middle of the lineup to bounce back against a lefty today. If you're going to face a left-handed starting pitcher, we know that hurts guys like Gunnar Henderson and Cedric Mullins down at the bottom of this Orioles lineup, so you're going to need big contributions from your guys that are lefty killers. Austin Hayes, Ryan Mountcastle, Adley Rutschman, Anthony Santander. They've all been excellent this year. I'm looking for them to bounce back in a big way after struggling a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, to a similar vein as you, my key for this one is take advantage of the opportunities you have early. Yep. If you have guys on in scoring position early in this game, you've got to get them in.
The Orioles have had a hard time scoring early over the last few weeks.
You've got to get runs in early, and obviously that's not going to be a simple thing to do, especially in a game where you're facing an ace, but you've got to be able to do that. And if you can, and you can chase Montgomery out of that game relatively early on, it's going to be a lot easier for you to close this one out. So you've got to take advantage of the guys you have on early in the game.
Yeah, Kevin on YouTube saying Adley big game today. I agree. I think we could see a big game from Adley Rutschman today. Hope you do. Again, because that middle of the lineup needs to have a bounce back from yesterday. On the pitching side of things, just do it again.
Yes.
If you hold the Rangers to 3 runs again today, I think you win this baseball game. You would love to see Grayson Rodriguez go a little bit deeper into this game than you saw Kyle Bradish go yesterday, but Kyle Bradish kept the Orioles firmly in that game. That's what you're looking for from Grayson Rodriguez today. You did have to use 5 bullpen arms, so if Grayson can give you a little bit of length today, it'd be awesome. We didn't see Brian Baker, Jack Flaherty, Yennier Cano yesterday. You also didn't see Dean Kramer or Kyle Gibson, who we don't know who the Game 3 starter is going to be yet at this point. I think we would probably both venture a guess that it would be Dean Kramer.
I don't know, man.
At Game 4, I suppose the question being, we don't know if Dean Kramer and Kyle Gibson would be available out of the bullpen today if you need them to be to throw a couple of innings. Our guess at this point with John Means not on the ALDS roster is that Dean Kramer and Kyle Gibson are probably throwing Game 3 and Game 4.
Yes.
So I don't think those 2 guys are available out of the bullpen, which means fresh arms-wise, you're looking at Brian Baker, Jack Flaherty, and Yennier Cano. Not to say that there won't be guys pitching back-to-back days. It's the playoffs. They're going to pitch back-to-back days. The only guy who's probably not available out of the bullpen, I would say, is DL Hall. Pitched, an inning and 2/3 yesterday? Yes. Grayson Rodriguez, if he can give you some length and keep you in this game just like Kyle Bradish did yesterday, the pitching just needs to keep rolling. They were good.
100%, and that goes for the bullpen as well. They were fantastic.
They were awesome. Another key that I'm looking for, I've got 4 today, Bones. 4 keys to the games. I added another one. Is there going to be a spark plug somewhere down at the bottom of the lineup?
I had that too.
Look at us and our keys to the game.
I had that too.
The Orioles' 6 through 9 hitters yesterday combined for 1 hit on the day, which puts more pressure on the top of the lineup than is already there. I've already been putting pressure on the top of the lineup. I said the middle of the lineup really needs to contribute. Ryan Mountcastle, Adley Rutschman, we know those guys need to hit. But is there going to be a spark plug somewhere down at the bottom of the lineup that is going to be able to turn this thing over and help string some hits together? Because yesterday we saw maybe the top of the lineup would get it going a little bit. Things would falter. I'm looking at Gunnar Henderson, at Cedric Mullins. I know they're moved down in the lineup against a left-handed pitcher. Can they be spark plugs today to try to string some stuff together, get it back to the top of the lineup, string some hits together, keep it rolling?
World Series winning teams oftentimes win because of a guy they didn't expect to contribute.
Absolutely.
That ends up contributing a ton. Think about Steve Pearce in 2018 winning that World Series MVP. Nobody thought he was going to turn into Babe Ruth, but he did.
Orioles fans knew that Steve Pearce would turn into Babe Ruth.
But, how about a guy like Edgar Renteria winning World Series MVP for the Giants?
Sure.
Those are the kinds of guys who oftentimes make huge differences. So if the Orioles can get production from one of their lower lineup guys, it changes the game. Yeah. If you don't have to rely on the heart of the order every single time thinking, all right, we're through the 6th batter, I don't know if they're going to have a chance to score a run here. It's going to be way more difficult to win games. If you can get some production out of those lower lineup guys, it's huge.
We know Aaron Hicks can draw some walks. Jordan Westberg, what can you do as a righty-lefty matchup there? I think Jordan Westberg could be one of those spark plugs down at the bottom of the lineup. My final key today, again, this is just kind of a response to what we were seeing on Twitter, fans in general yesterday. Trust the process. In game one, I really do believe it was good process and the results just weren't there. This team won 101 games. Brandon Hyde is probably going to win Manager of the Year. He should win Manager of the Year. I'm not questioning the moves that Brandon Hyde is making at this point. He got this team to the 1 seed in the American League. He doesn't tend to get a lot of the credit from fans for the Orioles winning games, but the players give Brandon Hyde a ton of credit day in and day out. We heard about it yesterday. The players saying that Brandon Hyde always puts us in a position to win games. Everybody is bought in. We understand that there's going to be early substitutions. You're going to get pinch hit for. There maybe will be some early bullpen moves. Brandon Hyde is going to use the depth of this team and use it well. The players are bought in to that process, and I'm going to continue to buy into that process. The Orioles have excellent depth. There were early substitutions yesterday, but they were good substitutions. It was good process. I'm continuing to trust that process today, and I hope Brandon Hyde doesn't go away from it.
Yeah, I think you're right on the nose there. It's what's gotten them here. They've got to trust it, and they got to keep going because they have all the pieces to get the wins and get the job done. It's just about guys performing, and what everything that comes down to baseball is just things going their way a lot of the time. So I think they have the players, they have the pieces, they have the talent. It's just they got to put it together today.
And I think they're going to be locked in today. I mean, we saw from the post-game press conferences yesterday, hearing from guys like Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, not exactly happy campers after game one.
Good.
Yeah, I think the Orioles are going to be locked in today. It is going to be another raucous crowd at Camden Yards. We hope to see you here making a lot of noise. This is a must-win game. The Orioles can't afford to go to Texas down 0-2. Even up this series, get it to Texas, and this is a whole new ALDS.
Here's my prediction. I bet you we get a great Grayson Rodriguez gif.
Oh, we do.
Game.
We absolutely do.
That's my
Grayson
number one
Rodriguez
prediction.
Fired up. Man, a fired up Grayson Rodriguez today might throw 103 his first pitch of the game.
No, I agree. Bradish got up to 97 yesterday.
Bradish was
which
cooking.
I don't think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So imagine what Grayson's going to do with that.
Whew.